Let me tell you an important thing about essay writing. This is not a test to examine your in-depth knowledge in the given topic. Please note this point. Then why is this? This is only to know if you are able to communicate your thoughts, your ideas, your message with clarity of thought. Therefore, you can be free of stress. You can stay relaxed because here you don't need to know scientific principles, equations, formulas. The examiner is concerned only of whether this particular person is able to communicate his ideas clearly without giving him chance to ask you further explanation. Therefore, stay relaxed. Now, let me come to the point. This essay writing is a task which you have to complete in 40 minutes time. You know, IELTS is a time-bound program. For each module, there are specific time limit within which you have to complete the particular module. For essay writing, they give you 40 minutes. And there are certain number of words which you have to write by all means. The minimum required number is 250. The maximum, they don't tell you anything about the number of words, the maximum number of words. There is no clear mandate. However, we normally advise our students to confine themselves to 280. The minimum number of words are 250 and the maximum is 280. There is another thing which you have to pay attention to. If you write less than 250, you will get a penalty. And what is that? They will deduct 0.5 mark from the total score. Suppose you write a wonderful essay and you deserve 7 band. However, while they count the number of words, if it is less than 250, then you deserve a penalty, which means they will deduct 0.5 score, your 7 will become 6.5. Now, let me tell you the classification or the types of essays. There are 3 categories of essays. Which are they? Number 1, argumentative and opinion essay. Number 2, analytical essay. Number 3, which is not part of the official version, that is an addition from my point. However, I say this. The third is a combination of both argumentative and analytical essay. Now let me explain to you each one. What is argumentative or opinion essay? They will give you a topic and they ask your viewpoint. You have to state your opinion clearly, as well as you should give the reasons for holding that opinion. Under this category, you will get the following questions, any one of them. Which are they? Number 1, after giving the topic, they will ask you, do you agree or disagree? Number 2, to what extent do you agree or disagree? Number 3, do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? And the 4, is it a positive or a negative development? If you get any one of these questions, please conclude that this comes under the category of argumentative essay, where you have to clearly state your opinion and the reasons for holding that particular viewpoint. Now, what is analytical essay? You will get a topic and your task is to explain the topic. You are not expected to clearly state your opinion there. You only explain, analyze the point. That's all. Under this category, you will get any one of the following questions. Number 1, what are the advantages and disadvantages? Number 2, what are the problems, causes, and suggest the solutions? If you get any one of these questions, please be assured that this comes under analytical essay, where your task is to explain the given topic. And the last is Discuss both the views and give your opinion. What is that? You will be getting a topic in which there will be two viewpoints. Mostly they are opposing two viewpoints. What's your task? First, you have to think from their perspective and explain them in two paragraphs. After that, after explaining or studying or analyzing those two viewpoints, you have to give your opinion. First, you should explain, you should do the analysis, and then you have to give your opinion. Therefore, it is a combination of argumentative and analytical essay. That's my reasoning. There are three categories of essays, and these are them. Now, let me tell you, how do we write an essay? Keep in mind, there is a strict format to be followed. There is a structure to be observed when you develop your essay, when you write your essay. How do you begin? What's the structure? What's the pattern? We follow 4-paragraph pattern. So there are 4 paragraphs in our essay. The first paragraph is the introduction, then the main body paragraph 1, after that main body paragraph 2, and finally the conclusion. Hence 4 paragraphs. Now let's come to the introduction. What do we write there? What do we do? Keep in mind, as soon as you get the essay topic, don't be in a hurry to start writing. I normally advise my students to relax, to wait and read the topic again and again, repeatedly. Once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, no problem. Read it until you understand it clearly. You will have the tendency to think that you have immediately got the idea. Keep in mind, this IELTS is full of traps. You may tend to think that you got it. In fact, no. There are traps to misguide you because it is a test. It's a proficiency test where they would like to know if you are able to understand clearly, as well as if you are in a position to communicate without making any confusion. Therefore, understanding the topic is very crucial. That is the reason I say to read repeatedly. After that, what you should do? You have to write the same topic in your own words and your own sentences. That is very important. You are not supposed to eliminate certain part of it, so also to add anything extra to the given point. So without eliminating certain points, without adding anything extra to the given topic, you are required to write the same thing in your own words. That is very important. Don't copy the words given there in the topic. You have to write in your own words and in your own sentence. Technically we call it paraphrasing. Your first task is to do paraphrasing. Therefore, as soon as you get the topic, you don't be in a hurry to think, what should I write? No. You read the topic carefully, read it again and again, understand it well, and write the same thing without adding anything extra, as well as without eliminating certain part of it, in your own words and your own sentence. After that, you should write a sentence which is answer to the given question. For example, if the question is, do you agree or disagree? If that is the question, you have to answer to that question based on the topic. And that answer, that response to the given question must consist 2 points, 2 key points. Technically, we call it thesis statement. What's a thesis statement? Keep in mind, you have to write an answer to the given question. And that answer should consist 2 key points. Why? Those 2 key points are explained in the main body paragraph 1 and main body paragraph 2. Therefore, thesis statement is a sentence followed by paraphrasing consisting of 2 key points which you write in view of explaining them in the main body paragraph. I hope it is clear to you. So your introduction consists 2 to 4 sentences maximum. Now let's move to main body paragraph 1. What do you do there? You explain your first point of the thesis statement. How do you begin your main body paragraph? You are required to write a sentence which we call topic sentence based on your first point of the thesis statement. Okay? After writing the topic sentence, I'll explain what it is and how it is written in the next video when I take a particular essay. After writing the topic sentence, you are required to write the supportive arguments, 4 to 5 sentences, as supportive arguments to the main sentence, which is topic sentence. You have to write it using linking words. There should be connection also. After that, you are required to give an example which is concrete. It may not be true to fact. You can fabricate an example. It can be a false example, but it should be sensible. So also it should be justifying the entire paragraph, the entire argument, not just one single sentence. Keep that in mind. And while you begin your example, begin it using any one of the following phrases such as, for example, or for instance. And it should not be more than 3 sentences. Next, let's come to the main body paragraph 2. What is that? You follow the same pattern which you followed in the main body paragraph 1. Start it with a topic sentence which you write based on your second point in the thesis statement. Then give the supportive arguments using linking devices or connecting words. After that, substantiate your arguments with an example. It also should not be more than 3 sentences. The last part of your essay is the conclusion. How do we write the conclusion, or what do we write there? Nothing new. It is very simple. You don't need to write any new argument, new point. No new information must be written there. You are supposed to sum up the main body paragraph 1 and 2 in 2 to 3 sentences. So writing the conclusion is very simple. You don't need to write anything new. You don't need to think a lot. Write the summary of main body paragraph 1 and 2. And when you begin the conclusion, use any of the following phrases such as to conclude, to sum up, or to summarize. So this is the pattern. This is the structure to be followed when you start writing the task 2. Now let me tell you how do they assess your essay. There are 4 marking criteria, 4 parameters. Number 1, task achievement and task response. Number 2, coherence and cohesion. Number 3, lexical resources. And finally, number 4, grammatical range and accuracy. What is task achievement and task response? This is nothing other than if you have followed the pattern structure, 4 paragraph, introduction, main body 1, main body 2, and the conclusion. Have you done paraphrasing? Have you written thesis statement? If there are 2 points in the thesis statement, and have you explained them with example? Task achievement. Task response, have you responded to the given question? What is coherence and cohesion? It is from introduction to conclusion. Have you followed a logical sequence? Have you arranged your arguments in an organized manner? Is there a progressive development when you explained, when you developed your thought? That's all. Have you gone off the topic? Coherence and cohesion. Lexical resources means vocabulary. You are required to use high-level vocabulary. Formal language must be used. No casual vocabulary words must be used. Normally I say to my students, minimum repetition or no repetition. If you have used one word once, try not to repeat. Therefore, you need to have wide range of vocabularies, words. You have to write the same thing in such a way that when the examiner goes through the sentence, he should get the feeling it is something quite new. That's it. And the last is grammatical range and accuracy. What does it mean by grammatical range? You know, in English there are 3 types of sentences: simple, compound, complex. I don't have time to explain them now. If required, please put your comment in the comment box I can give you a special video on that matter. So when you write, what is your range? Are you capable of writing your sentences in compound complex structures? What's your range? What is grammatical accuracy? You know, there are tenses in English: present, past, future. And there are subdivisions also. Each tense has its own significance. When you write, when you communicate your idea in a particular tense, the examiner is concerned if you have used or communicated using the most appropriate tense. So that is accuracy. Not only that, the punctuation marks along with spellings and use of capital letters. So those are the things come under grammatical range and accuracy. So my dear students, before I conclude, let me rewind the entire thing once. I started with this introduction, I think. Stay relaxed. This is not a Herculean task. You don't need to know, you don't need to have in-depth knowledge in the given topic. You write whatever you like, provided you don't go off the topic, as well as you write something sensible and meaningful. Then I told you the time given to you to complete this task, 40 minutes time. The number of words which you are supposed to write, 250 to 280. The penalty you get if you fail to reach the required number of words, 0.5 mark will be deducted. Then I explained to you the categories and the types of questions. After that, I told you the structure to be followed: introduction, main body paragraph 1 and 2, and the conclusion, paraphrasing, thesis statement, and finally I told you how do they assess your essay, the 4 criteria. Thank you for watching this video. Keep waiting for my next one, where I'll explain a particular essay in detail.